Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that gets a lot of buzz. If you want to be rich, never work for someone else. You've probably heard this a million times, maybe from a mentor, a book, or a viral social media clip. It sounds bold, maybe even a little controversial. Is it the ultimate truth? Or is it just a catchy phrase that oversimplifies a complex journey? Let's break it down, look at both sides, and figure out what this advice really means for you and your financial goals. So, what's the core idea behind this statement? At its heart, it's about control and leverage. When you work for someone else, you're essentially trading your time for a fixed amount of money, a salary. Your employer profits from the value you create, and they pay you a portion of it. There's an inherent cap on your earning potential. Sure, you can get raises, promotions, and bonuses, but ultimately, your income is determined by someone else's budget and their valuation of your role. You're a gear in a much larger machine, a very important gear, for sure, but a gear nonetheless. Your income growth is often linear and predictable. Working for yourself, on the other hand, breaks this model. When you're the boss, whether you're a freelancer, a small business owner, or the founder of a startup, the ceiling on your income essentially disappears. Your potential earnings are directly tied to the value you create, the problems you solve, and the scale you can achieve. Instead of trading 1 hour of your time for a fixed rate, you're building systems, products, or services that can generate value even when you're not actively working. This is the concept of leverage. You're no longer limited to the 24 hours in a day. You can leverage technology, employees, capital, and intellectual property to create an impact and an income far greater than what a single person's labor can produce. Think about it. A successful YouTuber creates a video once, and it can be watched by millions, earning revenue for years. A software developer builds an app that can be sold to an unlimited number of customers. This is nonlinear income, and it's the mathematical foundation of building significant wealth. Let's look at some real-world examples. Think of entrepreneurs like Sarah Blakely, who started Spanx with just $5,000 of her own savings. She wasn't an employee in the shapewear department. She identified a problem, created a solution, and built an empire around it. She owned the entire process and, as a result, captured the immense value she created. Or consider the founders of Airbnb. They didn't just get jobs at a hotel chain. They saw an opportunity to leverage other people's empty rooms and created a global platform. Their wealth wasn't built on a salary. It was built on a percentage of millions of transactions happening worldwide. They created the system, and the system works for them. This is the essence of working for yourself. You're not just earning a living, you're building an asset. Your business itself becomes a valuable asset that can be grown, scaled, and one day, even sold. This is a path to wealth that is simply not available to a traditional employee. But then this is a huge but. Let's not romanticize this path. The statement "never work for someone else" is an oversimplification. For many of the world's most successful entrepreneurs, working for someone else was a critical and indispensable part of their journey. It wasn't a roadblock. It was the launchpad. Think of it as earning while you're learning. A job can be the best low-risk business school you could ever attend. When you're an employee, you get paid to learn valuable skills. Project management, sales, marketing, team leadership, navigating corporate politics. You get an inside look at how a successful or unsuccessful business operates. You learn about supply chains, customer service, and financial management, all while someone else is footing the bill and taking on the primary risk. This experience is invaluable. You're building your human capital. Many founders use the stability of a paycheck to save up the initial capital needed to launch their own venture. They work their 9 AOF, then burn the midnight oil on their side hustle until it's ready to become their main focus. So, the job isn't the enemy of wealth. It's often the incubator for it. So, a more nuanced and practical piece of advice might be this. Do you not just work for a paycheck? Work for the skills, connections, and capital that will one day allow you to work for yourself. Reframe your time as an employee. See it as a strategic phase. Are you in a role that's teaching you a high-income skill? Are you building a network of contacts that could become future clients, partners, or investors? Are you learning the ins and outs of an industry you'd like to disrupt one day? If the answer is yes, then your job is an asset, a stepping stone on your path to wealth. If you're in a dead-end job that's draining your energy and teaching you nothing, then yes, that job might be an obstacle. The key is to be intentional. Don't just passively collect a salary. Actively extract as much value in the form of knowledge and relationships as you possibly can. Be a sponge. Ask questions. Volunteer for projects outside your comfort zone. Treat your job like a paid apprenticeship for your future entrepreneurial self. Now let's talk about the mindset shift, because this is probably the most important part. Moving from an employee mindset to an owner's mindset is a profound change. An employee is often focused on completing tasks assigned to them and fulfilling their job description. An owner, on the other hand, is obsessed with creating value and solving problems. They think about the big picture. Where are the inefficiencies? What do customers really want? How can we grow? This mindset doesn't require you to quit your job tomorrow. You can start cultivating it right now, in your current role. Start thinking like the owner of your department. Take initiative. Propose new ideas that could save money or generate revenue. Go above and beyond your defined role. This not only makes you a star employee, likely to get promoted, but it's also training your brain for the challenges of entrepreneurship. You start seeing problems as opportunities, which is the fundamental perspective of every successful business owner. When you stop thinking that it's not my job and start thinking, how can I solve this? You've already made the most critical leap. So, is it impossible to get rich working for someone else? No, not impossible. But the path is different and often narrower. High-level executives in major corporations, top surgeons, or elite investment bankers can certainly accumulate significant wealth. However, they are often the top 0.1% in highly competitive fields, and their income is still largely tied to their personal service and time. They have high incomes, but true, generational wealth often comes from equity from earning a piece of the pie. The CEO of a company might make millions in salary, but their real wealth is tied up in the stock options they hold. In a way, even they are working for themselves, as their compensation is directly linked to the performance of the asset they manage the company. For the average person, the most reliable and accessible path to outsized wealth lies in creating or owning a scalable asset, which is the definition of working for yourself. To wrap this all up, the advice if you want to be rich, never work for someone else, is a powerful piece of motivation, but it lacks the necessary nuance. It's not about never working for someone else. It's about how and why you work for them. A better mantra might be, work for someone else to learn, to save, and to build your foundation. Then, when the time is right, take that foundation and work for yourself to build your fortune. See your job as a strategic tool. Use it to sharpen your skills, build your network, and fill your war chest. Cultivate an owner's mindset, no matter where you are. Start a side hustle. Test your ideas on a small scale. The journey from employee to entrepreneur is a marathon, not a sprint. The goal isn't to recklessly jump ship tomorrow, but to build a bridge to your future. The ultimate goal is to move from trading your time for money to building systems that make money for you. That's the real secret to building lasting wealth. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this deep dive. I hope this gave you a new perspective on your career and financial journey. What do you think? Is working for yourself the only way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And do you forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.